For those still standing in the back, please come and occupy the seats that are still available in the front. Good morning. Please remain standing and join in the singing of America the Beautiful, led by Dr. Dory Smith.
Beautiful for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain, for purple mountain majesty, above the fruited plain. America, God share His grace on thee, and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea. America, America,
Thank you, Dr. Smith. You may be seated. Welcome to the May 2015 commencement at Fort Lewis College. We are pleased that you chose to join us as we honor this fine group of students who are earning their degree and completing this term. I am Barbara Morris, Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs, and I will serve as the Master of Ceremonies for today's commencement ceremony. I would like at this time to introduce members of the platform party. Please stand as you are introduced. The audience, will you please withhold your applause until all introductions are completed. Representing the Board of Trustees for Fort Lewis College, Ms. Karen Wild, Chair. Mr. Steve Short, Vice Chair. Mr. John Wells. Dr. Nora Hawkes. Dr. Justin McBrayer, Faculty Representative. Mr. Scott Greenler, Student Representative and President of the Student Body. Our commencement speaker, the Honorable Michael Bennet, United States Senator. Members of the Fort Lewis College Administration, Dr. Dean Thomas, President. Mr. Steve Schwartz, Vice President for Finance and Administration. Dr. Ken Pepion, Associate Vice President for Academic Affairs. Dr. Maureen Brandon, Dean, School of Arts and Sciences. Dr. Paul McGurr, Interim Dean, School of Business Administration. Other members, Dr. Dugald Owen, President, Faculty Senate. Dr. Marcy Young, presenter of the Invocation, and Mr. Mark Goldfarb, FLC Alumni Relations. You may be seated. Let me recognize some important community members who are with us today. Colorado Representative J. Paul Brown, Dan Snowberger, Durango School District Superintendent, Dan Porter, Montezuma Cortez School District. Many individuals and groups give much time and effort in making events like these run smoothly and successfully. I would like to thank some of those who deserve special recognition today. Mr. Mark Huber and the staff of the Physical Plant Services, members of the West Wind Pipes and Drums, Professor Mark Reed, and members of the Fort Lewis College Concert Band, members of the Ballison M Choir, staff of the Registrar's Office, Student Affairs Office, President's Office, and Office of Finance and Administration, students from the FLC Leadership Center, and a special thank you to Diane Jenkins for providing interpretive services. Please join me in thanking all these distinguished individuals. I am pleased to introduce Dr. Marcy Young, who will provide the commencement invocation.
Good morning. Graduates, congratulations. Many years ago, I was diagnosed with a debilitating autoimmune disease. This was before Google, but I very quickly learned that the condition known as rectal retinitis occurs when the nerve endings of the rectum cross with the nerve endings of the retina, and one has a crappy outlook on life. Nutrition students, no worries, I won't go there with this lecture. Obviously, an attitude adjustment was in order. Attitude has been defined as state of mind or disposition. Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius once said, "Our life is what our thoughts make it," or "Change your thoughts and you can change your world," was offered by Norman Vincent Peale. Believing in the strength of our thinking can seem like reaching for the clouds, like an impossible dream. But consider this: the root of the ancient Aramaic word melkutach has been said to point to a very deep vision that we all possess, and that is a profound sense of empowerment, shouting, "I can." Calling on the "I can" gives you, graduates, the chance to reveal the best of ourselves in any situation. A well-known musician, sitarist Vilayat Khan, summed it up best when he said, "Why aren't you dancing with joy at this very moment is the only spiritual question." With that, please join me in a moment of mindful reflection, a universal invocation intended for all. May we all acknowledge the power of attitude and surrender to the possibility that it alone can change any situation. May we all celebrate the success of each of these graduates as they once said, "I can," and today they gratefully say, "I did." May you, graduates, call frequently on your own profound vision of "I can" as you contribute to our world and its ever-increasing need for compassion, understanding, and reconciliation. Finally, today, may we all practice dancing with joy while these graduates remind us of our own melkutach. So be it, graduates, dance.
You made it, class of 2015. Congratulations. You've earned your college degree, and now you're started on a new trail. You don't need to be apprehensive about your next steps because you are graduates of Fort Lewis College. Let me give you a few examples of why that fact should give you confidence in the future. Last fall, the Fort Lewis College Ethics Bowl team competed in the regional competition and won. They were invited to nationals, putting them on the same list as schools like Gonzaga and the University of Michigan and Duke. Great job, students from philosophy, music, theater, and gender and women's studies, and great job, Ethics Bowl team coach Mark Mostelski. This year, the FLC Beta Alpha Psi chapter, Accounting's Honors Society, was named a superior chapter. It's no wonder that we have Fort Lewis College accounting graduates living and working in Seattle to DC, London, Paris, Brussels, and Stockholm. One more highlight from the National Science Foundation: the top 3 public chemistry programs in Colorado in terms of undergraduates who go on for PhDs are Colorado State, University of Colorado Boulder, and Fort Lewis College. Our chemistry graduates go out and do things like the research used in the project that won this year's Nobel Prize for Chemistry, or become an accomplished nuclear physicist, or be named Woman Physicist of the Month this past December. Success is a tradition at Fort Lewis College at the baccalaureate level, and now, for the first time, at the master's level. Your Fort Lewis College family is very proud of you, but I would suspect not quite as proud as your family and friends who are joining us today. We want to show you how proud we are of you, graduates, so please stand and accept applause from those who love and honor you today. Just look at those who applauded you. You are surrounded by people about you and about your future. These people who are pleased for you, people who have taught you and given you moral support, people who gave you life, all people who have helped you come this far. Now it is your turn, graduates, to applaud them. Please be seated. Congratulations, graduates. May you continue onward, growing and forging your own trail with excitement and integrity. Thank you.
On behalf of the Board of Trustees, let me say good morning and welcome. Congratulations to the class of 2015. Congratulations to the families and friends who have come to recognize our Fort Lewis College graduates. Beloved South African activist, politician, philanthropist, and lawyer Nelson Mandela said, "Education is the most powerful weapon you can use to change the world." Truly, this day has changed your world with the completion of your degree program. And now each of you have the opportunity to go out and change the world to make it an enhanced place with your presence, your knowledge, and your willingness to learn what needs to be shared, taught, and gathered. Learning is an everyday occurrence. Continue to hone your skill and enhance the world around you. Your degree is a milestone in your life. Remember Mandela's words, "Education is the most powerful weapon you can use to change the world." Congratulations and enjoy your day of accomplishment.
Good morning, friends and guests. I'm Dugald Owen, Faculty Senate President. Congratulations to all of you graduates for completing your degree. I am as proud of you as all of your parents, friends, and other professors are. Good going. It is the need to know that makes us matter. Those words of playwright Tom Stoppard capture something profound about our lives. It is the need to know that makes us matter. In your years at Fort Lewis College, you too have felt the drive to understand and know the satisfaction of mastering a difficult subject. So knowledge matters in part because it fulfills a deep inclination in human nature. But we shouldn't dismiss the minor pleasures of knowledge. You are now well prepared to contradict other people and be right about it, or to argue for a false conclusion. Even better, you can tell science jokes, like this one about time travel. The bartender said to the particle, "We don't serve neutrinos here." A neutrino walked into a bar. But if it's the need to know that makes us matter, then a deeper significance lies in the quest for knowledge rather than the acquisition of it. The universe remains mysterious after all our efforts. It calls for both wonder and the discipline to live with uncertainty. Our failure to gain the knowledge we seek forces us to choose how to live in the face of that ignorance. And choosing values to live by in just such circumstances is the task of a human life. So in the end, it is uncertainty that gives our lives their distinctive quality. Our limitations give point to our efforts to live consciously and honestly. We strive to learn as much as we can, and properly so, but it is largely due to what we don't know. Our lives have the contingency and the fragility that make them distinctive and worth so much as human lives. The need to know makes us matter. First, because knowledge is a profound delight. Second, because that need highlights our incompleteness, our finitude, and that finitude imposes on us the very task that makes us most human. So, I wish you much knowledge and much uncertainty, and congratulations on setting out with your new degree. Thank you.
Thank you for the opportunity to speak today. It's truly an honor. As I was preparing this speech, I wondered what insights I could offer to this graduating class. As many of you know, I have 1 year left at the fort and will not be walking across the stage with you today. So I wondered, how could I possibly provide insight into a life transition which I have yet to experience? I haven't yet developed my ability to see into the future. Hogwarts was my second choice school, thinking about going there for my master's. But today, you will hear from those who have already made the transition from college graduate to participating member of adult society, and live to tell the tale. I suppose then my role on this stage is not to look towards the future, but to take stock of the past. To account for the number of hours spent reading, studying, writing, sitting in class, texting people to make sure they got their part of the group project done, but also to account for the time spent with friends and colleagues, deep in discussion and laughter, corroboration and courtship. To account for about 14 tons of glass recycled in 4 years, and to account for the fact that, yes, we did have mimosas with breakfast. Today is the culmination of years of hard work, and for that I want to say thank you. Because even though it is you that receives a diploma today, it is our world which stands to benefit. Today, you step into the world as someone who is knowledgeable, critical, engaged, and informed. In essence, you have the tools to leave the world a better place, and we need it more than ever. Our generation must address billowing oceans of carbon that we are putting into the atmosphere, the widening seas of wage inequity, and the slow creep of corporate greed into American politics. But we're also the generation that saw masters of trivia beaten in jeopardy by an IBM computer named Watson. We're the first generation that saw the power of social networking for mobilizing citizens behind a just cause. We saw the first commercial electric car, and we saw the first time that we ever landed on a comet. At least we won't go the same way as the dinosaurs. It's no doubt that both the challenges and opportunities ahead are monumental, and it will take the efforts of all of us. But if we stand up when we have the difference, we might just make the world a better place. How can we know which of our actions will leave the world better than we found it? Well, there are the options. Be kind to one another, recycle, don't fart in a crowded elevator. But truly leaving the place involves greater action. How do we know when to act? By way of answering that question, I want to tell you a story. I was raised in the Religious Society of Friends, or as you may know them, the Quakers. When I was about 5 years old, we learned about the emerging war in Kosovo in 1998 and resulted in an estimated 5,500 civilian casualties by its end just 1 year later in 1999. This was a lot to take in as a 5-year-old, and after several weeks of pondering the situation, I was met with a unique and new feeling to me at the time. A feeling that I could help people that I didn't know half a world away. The next Sunday, before we left to go to our Quaker meeting, I ran around our yard gathering sticks and stones. When we got in the car to leave, my mother was surprised to find the sopping wet pile that I had gathered wrapped in tissues sitting in the back seat of the car next to me. When she asked why I had gathered and so carefully attempted to dry this profuse pile of sticks and stones, I explained that I intended to sell them at Quaker meeting for any donation to send blankets and medicine to the children of Kosovo. My mother decided it was best not to argue. When I stood up after the service and announced my plan, the community responded with incredible enthusiasm. That day, I learned always to stand up for a just cause. Spare the world your silence, stand and speak. As you leave the fort, as you leave Durango and begin new stories in your lives, look for those opportunities to leave the world better than you found it. You will recognize them when they come along. I'm counting on you to solve the world's problems before I graduate next year and have to deal with them myself. But until then, I truly believe that each and every one of you has the potential to make the world a little bit better. But it will take the combined efforts of our generation to leave the world a better place for the future. I'm honored to congratulate the class of 2015, and I wish you the best of life and the best of luck. As Edward Abbey once said, may your trails be crooked, winding, lonesome, dangerous, leading to the most amazing view. May your mountains rise into and above the clouds. Such is your path, unworn by the feet of the masses, unseen by eyes unwilling to shed tears in the face of the biting wind, and unparalleled in the magnitude of its beauty. Today the path splits. Don't be deterred. Thank you.
Senator Michael F. Bennet was elected United States Senator for Colorado in November 2010. A newcomer to politics with experience in business and public service, he is widely recognized as a pragmatic, innovative, and independent thinker, driven by a deep-seated obligation to create more opportunity for the next generation. Senator Bennet is a champion of education and of Fort Lewis College. Through his leadership, the college continues to seek federal support for FLC's Native American tuition waiver program. In addition to education, he has pushed for investments in clean energy, fought to uphold our commitment to Colorado's veterans and military families, and fought to preserve Colorado's rich agricultural tradition underpinned by our family farmers and ranchers. Prior to becoming a U.S. Senator, he served as superintendent of Denver Public Schools. He holds degrees from Wesleyan University and Yale Law School. His wife, Susan Daggett, is a natural resources lawyer. They have 3 children. It is my honor and pleasure to introduce today's commencement speaker, Senator Michael Bennet.
Good morning. Good morning, graduates. And though my speech will be brief, by the time I'm finished, it will be good afternoon. So good afternoon, graduates. Chairwoman Wild and members of the board, President Thomas, Provost Morris, deans, faculty, administrators, staff, family, and most important, of course, our graduates. Thank you for the opportunity to speak at this ceremony. I'm honored for the chance and delighted to be standing here with you this afternoon. And I'd like you to give another round, actually let them hear it. Nobody got here by themselves. Your friends and family that are here, tell them how much they mean to you. I want to thank the parents for setting such a good example for me. We have 3 daughters at home. They're 15, 14, and 10, and I try to get them to come with me when I do things like this, and the ritual at home is to say to them that Dad's got to give a talk. Do any of you want to come? And one of them always says, that depends. How boring is it going to be? I'll make up for it by being brief. I do want to recognize and thank my friends Ben Nighthorse Campbell and Linda Campbell, who are not here today. And even though Senator Campbell has retired from Congress, he continues to work on behalf of the people of Colorado. And as the President said, on behalf of Fort Lewis, he and I are working together with President Thomas to make sure that the sacred trust established when Fort Lewis was transferred from the federal government to the state, promising tuition for Native American students forever, is maintained and strengthened. Fort Lewis is unique for so many reasons, but among them is that this college graduates more Native American students than any 4-year institution in the country. Ben and I are very proud of that, and so is the state of Colorado. So many of you have distinguished yourselves during your time at Fort Lewis. You're finding ways to make a difference here in the community, in Durango, and as far away as Washington, D.C. Krista Carpel, a mainstay of Durango, has one of our most important and difficult jobs. She is a teacher. Krista teaches at Durango High School and is among the inaugural of Fort Lewis's graduate leadership program, a huge step forward for this school. Let's give them a round of applause, our graduate students. And right here on campus, Kaylin LeClaire has worked to promote cultural diversity, which is a unique strength of this community. A psychology major, Kaylin has been a leader at the Native American Center and chaired the last 2 Hozoni Day powwows. The more I read about these graduates' parents, the more inspired I became about our future. But just as you have made contributions to your community, this community has in turn shaped you. And I think you are very fortunate that you chose Fort Lewis. And I hope you'll agree with that. Because the people who live here in and around Durango have a bond with the land, with Fort Lewis, and with each other that is special. Like Colorado, this region and its people are shaped by Western pragmatism and a very low tolerance for nonsense. So much time in the region has been consumed with difficult work, with farming and ranching, with mining, often in the face of elements that refuse to cooperate. It's not surprising, therefore, that we see problems as something to be solved, not as occasions to cast blame or vilify our neighbor. And that, in turn, leads us to collaborate, despite our differences, and discover opportunities where others may never find them. As you no doubt have detected, our nation's capital has chosen a very different path. There, partisan rancor is the fashion, blame obscures reality, and opportunities for the American people are consequently lost. And the American people understand this, which is why the last time I checked, Congress had an approval rating of 9%. That's higher than Fidel Castro's, but lower than the percentage of people who think it would be good if the United States became a communist country. There are many interlocking reasons why the Congress is so unresponsive to the priorities of the American people, and why, in turn, the American people have lost faith for the moment in the institution. And fortunately for all of you, today is not the time to delineate all of those reasons. For today's purposes, let me just observe that in order for our democracy to reach decisions, as the President said, for the benefit of the next generation, we need our democratic institutions in Washington to work much better than they do. Anyone caring to make them better would do well to look to Colorado, Durango, and Fort Lewis as their guide. Using this approach myself, I've found that committed Americans can still influence Washington and achieve meaningful results for their communities and their children and their grandchildren. Some of you here have had the chance to experience the Hermosa Creek watershed, not far from here, the incredible skiing on the backside of Purgatory, the hiking, snowmobiling, and cycling there and in the surrounding areas are among Fort Lewis and Durango's greatest attractions, and probably for a lot of years will bring you back here. For decades, multiple uses of the watershed coexisted, and over time, the landscape became an iconic part of this region. In recent years, people began to wonder whether Hermosa would stay that way. Was there a way to preserve what we love for the generations that will live in Durango long after everybody in this auditorium is gone? Now, many of you have studied the history of public lands in the West, and you know that making any change to their status is often an invitation to fighting, to gridlock, or even worse. In fact, right now, as we sit here, there are senators using such controversies to try to pass laws in Washington to sell off our public lands. It was against that backdrop that an extraordinary group of people with vastly different backgrounds, worldviews, and interests came together to see if they could do something better for Hermosa Creek. Cyclists, horse riders, hikers, bikers, snowmobilers, anglers, campers, hunters, conservationists, small businessmen and women, and yes, college students, united with a shared respect for each other and the land they love. They pored over maps, they hiked the terrain, they argued over it, and slowly a consensus began to emerge about the best way to enjoy and preserve this land together. Although, as with anything worth doing, the work was hard, the desired result was actually very simple. As a local rancher, Ed Zink, described it, we just want to keep it the way it is. And in the end, the Hermosa Creek Watershed Act, written right here in Durango, passed both houses of Congress, and the President signed it. It is just one of 5 bills passed in the last 2 Congresses that contain wilderness designation. And I'm absolutely convinced the reason it passed was the breadth of the Hermosa Creek Coalition and the practical compromises it made to keep the group together even when it disagreed. So as you leave here, and I am about to get out of your way, I want to urge you to hang on to what has become second nature to you at Fort Lewis, but which is foreign for the moment in our nation's politics. That spirit of collaboration, curiosity rather than hostility toward other people's points of view, hope for the future. These are themselves principles for constructive engagement in a democracy, and they prepare us for what's next. And that's good, because the future is arriving faster and faster, and we've gotten no better at anticipating it. Even with the seemingly endless crawl of the words breaking news at the bottom of our screens, no one predicted the Arab Spring before it sprung, and that's the most closely watched region in the world. There are great historical tides that demand that we change and adapt to them in order to preserve and protect, to conserve our central values. We do not live in a stagnant world. Indeed, we're living in the midst of a great revolution that makes the 21st century as different from the 20th as the 18th was from the 17th. We are living through what may be the peak years of change on the scale of the Industrial Revolution. Are you up to it? You might not think you are, but I can tell you that you are. Just ask Matt Taylor, Fort Lewis class of 2001, president of Mercury Payment Systems right here in Durango. When Matt took over as president in 2009, Mercury employed 300 people, and it was worth $725 million. Today, because of Matt's efforts and the people that work there and their efforts to invent the future, that company is worth $1.6 billion, and it is right here in Durango. But the important part is not the value of it. The important part is that it now employs 610 people, more than 100 of them Fort Lewis graduates, making it possible for people to work and live in one of the greatest communities in the world, Durango, Colorado, an unexpected company in a very unexpected place. It is your turn now, just like it was Matt's turn then. We, as a country, are depending on you to invent our future, and we embrace your inspired leadership. Congratulations to the Fort Lewis class of 2015. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Bennet. He has to catch a flight in a few minutes, and so he's heading out. Each year, the Faculty Staff Awards Committee solicits nominations from the Fort Lewis College community and selects recipients for the highest honors the college bestows upon its employees. These awards will be presented officially at the employee recognition reception on Monday afternoon. Those winners are Dr. Lee Frazier, recipient of the Alice Admire Outstanding Teaching Award. Dr. Stephen Finster, recipient of the New Faculty Teaching Award. Ms. Janet Dillon, recipient of the Outstanding Staff Award. Mr. Colin Smith, recipient of the Achievement Award. Dr. William Dodds, recipient of the Roger Peters Distinguished Professor Award. And Dr. Ryan Holland, recipient of the Featured Scholar Award. Lee, Steve, Colin, and Ryan, will you please stand? Colin, please stand. Audience, please join me. All the recipients of this year's awards are listed in the program with a biographical sketch for each. They represent the many fine and devoted college employees who make this a superb learning environment. The Bala Sanim Choir, under the direction of Ms. Tehana James, will honor the graduating class. Please stand as they come in for the traditional honors song.
We're going to be singing a Navajo Blessing Away song to help carry all of you graduates to your success. In order to do this, we'd really like to ask everybody not to record vocally or visually. So thank you.
Ayana yanga te la beana shayana shanga ya te la beana shayana shanga ya te la bewajana sha hologai nayaga hashayaske beke la beana.
But you faculty, please rise again. Dr. Thomas, it is with great pleasure that I present to you, on behalf of the faculty, the graduating class of May 2015. Now, will all the candidates for graduation please stand? These students have completed the requirements for graduation and have been certified by the faculty and approved by the Board of Trustees for Fort Lewis College for the following degrees: Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Sciences, and Master of Arts in Education.
By the virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees for Fort Lewis College, and upon verification that you have successfully completed your prescribed course of studies, I confer upon each of you the appropriate degree with all the rights, honors, and privileges pertaining thereto. Faculty and graduates, you may be seated.
Graduates of Fort Lewis College, congratulations. We will begin with the recognition of the Bachelor of Arts and the Bachelor of Science graduates. The students of the first graduating cohort for the Masters of Arts in Education will be presented after the bachelor degree students. Bachelor degree candidates, as your name is called, please come forward so you may be greeted by President Thomas. Those graduating with institutional honors may be identified by their Fort Lewis College medallion on a blue and gold ribbon and gold mortarboard tassels. Honored graduates must have earned 60 hours in residence at Fort Lewis College and maintain the following GPAs. For cum laude honors, a cumulative GPA of 3.6 to 3.7 for all the work undertaken. For magna cum laude honors, the GPA is 3.75 to 3.89. And for summa cum laude honors, it is 3.9 to 4.0. The John F. Reed Honors Program's graduates will also be recognized. The first two graduates to be recognized are the student marshals, who have been chosen because they have the highest cumulative GPAs of this class. Following them, those receiving Bachelor of Science degree or Bachelor of Arts degrees will come forward for individual recognition in the order presented at the back of your commencement program. So that each graduate can receive the recognition deserved, I ask you to bear with us throughout this process of individual recognition.
Veronica Leanne Espinoza, summa cum laude, and student marshal. Jamie Renee Souter, summa cum laude, and student marshal. Nicholas James Canaparo. Christopher Patrick Martin. Kaylee Lynn McKenna. Jake Denton Rafferty. Emiliano Rodriguez Warner. Jacob Michael Fearson. Sarah B. Jones. Fiona Ann Kehoe. Kelly Roberta Looper. Whitney Marie McLean. Elena Miller. Cooper Smith. Sonia Rose Vaught. Tynan Hancock Davis. Andre Catano da Faria Filho. Ashley Nicole Harmelink. Nina Lynn Parsons, cum laude. Mariah E. Stewart. Margaret M. Wetzel. Shyla Allen. Shawnee Lynetta Begay. Alec Matthew Bettenker. Grace Lindsay Bryson. Candace R. Cahall. Madison Page Chamberlain. Taryn Catherine Chi. Erica Nicole Conley. Dennis John DK. Catherine Marie Durnford. Nakai Stephen Paul Eversole. David Emmanuel Fontaine. Casey Leary Haga, cum laude. Leah Ray Hale, cum laude, and John F. Reed honors. Danielle Irene Huey, magna cum laude. Tina Renee Hott. Derek Jonathan Lau. Leroy Aaron Lenty. Catherine Ann McLean, summa cum laude. Michael Lonnie Mestas. Nicole Lynn O'Hara. Jillian Adina Panawa. Caitlin Montana Reese, summa cum laude. Haley Rose Rivas. Marissa Lee Wilkie. Nicole Marie Winicki. Brandon Yazzie. Christopher Yeager. Antonia Lynn Ateen. Colette Dixon Daesh. Cody S. Gaffrey. Melvina Sue Lake. Samuel Dane Landing. Adriana Mike Lee. Christopher Sean Lovelace, magna cum laude. Jasmine Tallison Park, summa cum laude. Ashley N. Robinson, cum laude. Isaac Jared Segura, cum laude. Cooper Semple. Taya Marie Smith. Atama House Spring, cum laude. Stephanie Lynn Williams. Kimberly Heald Ferguson. Brittany Elizabeth Holland. Miranda Jolene Lanning. David Matthew Lovelace, magna cum laude. Elizabeth Hope Major. Jesse Masterson Newman, summa cum laude. William Forrest Pasternak. Ariel Morgan Canterbury. Emilio Ramon Diaz. Charles Blake Egan. Catherine Ann Elliott. Stephanie M. Glasgow. Sierra Morgan Krennig. Anthony Joseph Martin. Michaela J. Martinez. Zachary Thomas Rust. Mariah Ann Sunnison. Terrell Olin Thomas. Daniel Wayne Abshire. Joseph Charles Brenner, cum laude. Dallas William Harmon. David Scott Heermans. Dylan Henry Hughes. Jordan McCarty, cum laude. Cody Ryan Montoya. Michael D. Revac. Aaron Somoji. Benson Farai Taziwa. Jessica Sky Black. Emily Ann Chishek. Derek Brannon Ems. Max Joseph Fields. Christian Edward Gehring. Elizabeth Mary Gobble. Walker Stephen Henry. Marshall Roy Holloway. Kayla Menketti Hunter. Candace Bjorkman Jenkins, summa cum laude. Brant Michael Kroon. Emma McConaughey Kerfus, cum laude. Wesley Stephen Laverty. Kelly Ann Lewis. Ryan P. McDonald. Andrew O'Leary Brennan. Jack Alexander Pongyesva. J.R. Rezebek, cum laude. Dylan Roop. Kevin Sheehan. Courtney Tagliatella. Elizabeth Grace Thomas. Eldora Thompson. Rachel Louise Tyner, cum laude. Mason S. Truelcobb. Nathaniel G. Vasquez. Brett T. Barnes. Christina Lynn Begay. Kenjack T. Botia. Matthew Alfred Boyd, cum laude. Adam Thomas Byrne. Brandon Francis Karish. Manuel Chavarria, John F. Reed Honors. Zachary A. Chenoweth, summa cum laude. Matthew Bennett Clark. Blaze Kalani Cuban. Dusty Dean Dasugo. Nicole Marie DeSouche, summa cum laude. Amanda L. Dodge. Jared Craig Gonzalez. John R. Gonzalez. Jarrett Delane Higginson. Kayla Yvette Joe. Justin Horado. Jimmy Kite. James Anthony Kyberd. Maisel T. La Paz. Caitlin Ann Lucas. Tatum Marie Martinez. Alex Reed McWhorter, summa cum laude. Jacob F. Montoya. Kevin Alfred Savage. Forrest C. Shoki, magna cum laude. Kyle David Shepard. Brian Lewis Thompson. Marty Toledo. Daniel Joseph Walters. Marcus Ronaldo Whitehair. Gabriel David Wilson. Oliver Philip Wilson. Cale Logan Adams. Joshua Glee Adams. Peter Ivan Anderson. Zane Sexton Anway. David P. Canova. Lauren Ashley Condiff. Nora Jean Dwyer. Jeffrey Allen Gertz, summa cum laude. Sarah C. Holden, cum laude. Kyle A. Lewis, summa cum laude. Candace Dawn Passell. Nicholas R. Salter. L.J. Salyers. Sean Michael Smith. Nathan Spencer. Timothy Kendall Topper. Justin Roberto Valdez. Catherine Brianna Alice Vogel, cum laude. Alexander Wolfgang Brunner. Devin Conrad Munoz. Lee J. Poschin. James Alexander Powers, cum laude. Thomas James Case Trump, John F. Reed Honors. Michael Brian Warfield. Eric J. Wired. Charles Osbjorn Domas. Michaela Diane Dugan. James B. Martinez. Jewel Linnea Peterson, magna cum laude. Taylor Christian Swanemeyer. Kristen Nicole Wignall. Jason Alexander Govro. Elizabeth Ann Thomas. Jeffrey Jed Benali. Kevin Michael Graves. Nathaniel Thomas Klima. David Roger Liebel. Gail Owen. Andrew Stuntz. Sydney Marie Carter. Julia Kelsey Davenport, cum laude. Eric Lynn Lucas. Brandy Lee Lucero. Chandra Elise Rochelle. Trisha Alexandria Serrano. Joanna Ray Smith. Diana Rose Yellow. Lucas K. Matney. Jeffrey Neal Johnson. Jessica R. Huntoon. Mindy Marie Thompson. Olivia Klah. Erin Marie Colleen Blackwell. Bonnie J. Albright, cum laude.
Will the master's candidates please rise? But first, bachelor degree candidates, would you please rise?
You may now move your tassels from the right to the left.
Congratulations, bachelor's candidates. You may be seated. Candidates for the Masters of Arts in Education, as your name is called, please come forward to receive your hood and be greeted by President Thomas.
Jessica Lynn Adams. Crystal Kayleen Croak. Brianne Dilly. Dory Elaine Daniel. Brian G. Geisinger. Beth Ann Gregory. Kimberly Rayner Hansen. Carrie L. Harper. Carisha Lynn Hawkins. Amanda Lee Hill. Samantha J. Hoare. Joey Lynn Hodelmeyer. Kadra Jacober. Krista Bernice Carpel. Brittany Leah Lang. Petra Lyon. Jessica L. McCallum. Katie McCullough Van Buskirk. Roxanne Elizabeth McKnight. Eleanor Meeker. Anne Margaret Phillips.
You're good. All right.
Monica Michelle Roybal. Nicole Katina Storm. Tyson Andrew Wood.
What's up, man?
President Thomas, this concludes today's recognition of Master of Arts in Education graduates.
Congratulations to our first graduates of the Master of Arts in Education!
Now that you have earned recognition as a graduate and an alumnus of Fort Lewis College, let me introduce you to Mr. Mark Goldfarb, representing for the Fort Lewis College alumni.
Good afternoon. So I've been working at the college for 19 years, currently Director of Student Health and New Student and Family Orientation. This is so special for me to give you your official welcome today because I saw you as freshmen on your first day of classes. I saw your family members come in with those similar looks on their faces, and now I get to welcome you to an amazing organization. On behalf of the 28,000 members I represent this morning, it's my pleasure to officially welcome you to the Fort Lewis College Alumni Association. As you exit the ceremony this morning, you're going to be greeted by faculty members, by family members and friends, staff members who are here to celebrate your success. I want you to also imagine as you walk out those doors the 28,000 members of the Fort Lewis College Alumni Association who are also celebrating your success this morning, this afternoon. Graduates, please remove your tassels while I talk to your folks and family for a minute. Family members, you have done so much to support our graduates today. We thank you. They thank you. This is that moment that you've been working towards. This is that shot that is the culmination of all the support that you've given all these years. So please get your cameras ready. Graduates, stand with me now if you've ever pulled an all-nighter. Stand with me now if you dug deeper to exceed your expectations or the expectations of your families and friends. Stand with me now if you took a risk and learned that you had more to give. Are you ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Congratulations to the class of 2015.
Thank you, Mr. Goldfarb. Would everyone please rise for the performance of the alma mater led by Dr. Dory Smith. The words and music may be found on page 20 of your program.
To you, Fort Lewis College, our alma mater dear, we sing of pride and honor, our thanks from far and near, our glorious tradition, community so true, with loyalty and service, we pledge our hearts to you.
Would family and friends please be seated? A reception for the graduates, their families, friends, faculty, staff will be held immediately following this ceremony in the Student Life Center, which is just across the way from the gymnasium. We ask that, again, that you remain in your seats until the faculty and students have left the building so that the faculty may form a line and greet the graduates as they emerge.